My advice to younger paddlers and women in particular is to get out there and just put in the hard work. Nothing comes easy these days. You've got to put in what you want to get out, and I promise you'll be rewarded. Paddling is such an awesome sport. There's so many rewards and benefits. The people you meet, the countries you get to visit, the places in our own country we get to travel to race. So it's definitely so many pros to our sport, and I think if you keep working hard and trying your best, and that's all that matters, you'll definitely fall in love with the sport every time you do it. And yeah, it's just a really good sport to keep going into. Training for me looks like a 6-day a week. I'm lucky to get 1 day off. It depends what time of the year it is according to the races. It's generally a Friday or a Sunday. We do a lot of races over the weekends in our country, so that's mostly taken up. And a lot of people in our country also have to work as a living, so we use our time on the weekend to do longer training. During the week I'm training in the river most of the time, and then in the sea on the weekends for the longer paddles. Depending on the time of the year and what competition it is, I'm maybe training twice a day, but generally throughout the year, once a day paddling, and then I try and throw in a running session or a gym session at least once a week too, just to keep that extra bit of fitness there. It's so incredible to see so many new young women in our sport. Just looking in Durban here, we've got about 10 girls that have just joined the Max squad. They've all come over from the life-saving background. So Saskia Hockley is definitely one to watch. She's up there with the senior women straight away, in her career. So she's definitely going to go places. Her younger sister, Velma Jean, as well, she's not far behind and she's still a few years younger. Julia McAllister, there's a whole group of girls in Durban. Looking in Cape Town, there's a few girls there in the Orca squad, Christy Shrimpton, Naomi Peterson, and in East London we've got girls joining our squad from there, Jade Wilson. So there's definitely depth up in Maritzburg, not far from here. Georgina, Howard, Mel Crozer, they're all into the rivers a bit more, but our women canoeing is definitely in a good place, whatever discipline it is. So it's so encouraging to see that coming through. Also keeps us older paddlers on our toes a bit, so it's lovely just to see more and more women getting involved in the sport. Surf ski paddling we do in the ocean. We have a different boat. It's a bit longer to go onto the waves, and it's a bit open so the waves can come onto you and go out. It's draining all the time. We use a lot of the wind in the ocean to help us, so we do things called a downwind. Whereas in the river we're in a bit of a shorter canoe, and we generally have a cover that covers us and doesn't let any water in, and we're having to negotiate with some rocks down the river and some waves from the rocks, and yeah, it's just a little bit different because you don't have any assistance to help you. You've got to paddle, and that's what you've got to rely on. And we also have flat water paddling, which we do in maybe a thinner boat, a bit skinnier, so it glides a bit better along the water. And that's generally just flat water. There's no assistance whatsoever. So that's probably the discipline that you need to be the fittest for.